aBlogtoWatch. Please subscribe to aBlogtoWatch videos on YouTube and like this video if you find it useful. This is a review of the Chanel J12 GMT. And this was one of the newer versions of the GMT because there have been a few, and there's a couple of distinctions here. One, and I think probably the most important distinction between this and other J12 models, is the fact that the black ceramic here is offered in a matte black finish versus a polished finish. So as you know, J12s are very popular for having black and white cases, but it's most of the time in polished ceramic. So this matte black ceramic is interesting. And another feature is the fact that the dial itself is larger because you have that inner flanging there for the 24-hour scale. I believe that one of the older versions of the GMT had a rotating bezel for the 24-hour scale. But what this does is it makes the dial look bigger because it's thin bezel and it feels like a bigger watch. So this is the, I believe, 42 millimeter size, maybe 41, but I think it's 42 size version of the J12. So this is about as big as they get. So when ceramic first came out, people were hesitant. People didn't think that it was a luxury material, that it looked as nice as polished steel. But then Chanel sort of took off where Rado left off. Not that Rado left off, they'll be pissed off if I said that. Rado has been doing ceramic for a long time, and they make some fantastic watches, but Chanel is really what put ceramic on the map, and I've said that several times, including my other Chanel review video. But people were concerned about it because they didn't think that it was going to be that good looking. So imagine, for example, you put this material on a luxury watch 15 years ago, and people are used to buying polished steel and gold and platinum, and they see this and they think that looks like plastic. Because, I mean, especially here, if you look at it from a distance, it could be easily plastic, and people are thinking that's not going to look like a luxury watch. We don't want Chanel on that. But ceramic is fantastic because it's not light like plastic. It's obviously a little bit weightier, but it's not particularly heavy. It's extremely scratch resistant, so you can sit here and you can wear this and scratch it on a table or bang it into stuff, and it's not going to scratch. Ceramic can, theoretically speaking, break, like shatter, if you hit it really hard, because it doesn't bend like metal does. And that can happen. It's not that common, but it can happen. But in my opinion, the trade-off there of having a little bit of fragility, if you throw it out of a window and it might crack, the movement would be destroyed anyways, is the fact that you have this wonderful amount of scratch resistance, and that makes it great. And this black color in matte, it's probably the most masculine J12 that I've ever seen, and I think it's really a great thing. I mean, matte colors have been all over the place lately. They have a lot of these matte paint jobs on cars, which in my opinion, if you're not driving like a high-end Lamborghini with all those angles and those sharp curves, or the sharp angles and all, just looks like it was sculpted by a knife. Those can look good in a matte paint job, but everything else looks terrible. Just looks awful. So I'm sorry if I'm offending you if you have a car with a matte paint job, but chances are it looks awful and it looks dirty within an hour of you cleaning it. Anyhow, but on a watch, it's okay. So on the GMT, obviously the difference between the normal J12 and the GMT is the fact that you have a GMT hand. So again, this one does not have what they call the third time zone by being able to turn the bezel. So you just basically have two time zones, but that's okay. Very few people use that other function. So this red GMT hand there, it will move independently. So as you turn, if you adjust the time, it will move across that scale. And you can never individually change the GMT hand. What you do with this movement is you change what they call the local time. So right now what you would be doing is you'd be setting the home time. And so let's say it would be midnight, for example. And then you pull it out again. And then you can push it in again. And then you adjust what they call the local time. Okay, so this one you are adjusting the GMT hand. I got it completely backwards. There's two different types of GMT watches. Some of them adjust the local time when you're adjusting the second time zone. Other ones adjust the home time. So in this instance, you actually do adjust the home time versus adjusting the local time. So, and then if you turn the crown the other way, you're going to go ahead and adjust the date there. So I believe that's because this has a 28. Oh, I forget the exact movement. It's not the 28-9 series because this 28-9 series has the other hand that moves. It doesn't matter. It's a base It's a base at, I think it's 20, it's 36. No, it's not 36, maybe 34. But there's one of those GMT movements there. I can't believe I'm forgetting. In the review, I will mention it. But again, so this has a Swiss ETA base movement with a GMT function. Of course, it's an automatic. And I like those, what they do here on the hour indicators is that they are kind of brushed on the top there. And so what you get is this wonderful reflection that doesn't really reflect the light in a distracting way. You don't get that blurry look. There isn't that. It just kind of lights up the surfaces, which I think looks really, really great there. Overall, this is a fantastic piece if you're looking for a ceramic men's watch, because it has that look of kind of like a classic diver. It kind of has that look. It is, I think it's like water resistant. What is it, like 100 meters, maybe 200 meters? Let me go ahead and guess. 100 meters, yes, 100 meter water resistant. And the back, of course, is metal and not ceramic, which most ceramic watches are not metal on the back. You have here this pretty cool clasp, which I like. It's kind of spring-loaded there, so when you close it, it stays. It's not really a security clasp, but it's easy to get on and off and just kind of pulls there. I like that. It's neat. Chanel makes a nice watch with the J12. I think it's obviously mostly popular for women, but if you're a guy, you know, this is a cool watch. It's actually quite fun to wear. It's comfortable. So I can't not recommend these if you like them, and I actually do endorse them because it's a good design. And with the GMT making that bezel look a little bit bigger, this is a standout model. And think about getting the matte ceramic versus polished. They're both nice. I'm not saying one's better than the other. It's just different occasions. Anyhow, so this watch retails for I think just over $7,000, and we'll have the precise cost of the watch in the review, which you can see soon on aBlogtoWatch. Thanks.